Big watering.
I'll do a slick of water too. There we go.
So I know some of the information I sent you, we're gonna just map around it. Okay.
Okay.
So and I should have sent you this piece with the shop with Kofi. I've been sending it to everyone. You've heard of Kofi, the Nigerian singer.
Kofi. I don't recall. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it may not, his name's probably not Kofi, but he was on the shop with LeBron and he's Nigerian. And this is one of the things my wife had been telling me about doing this program for a while now. Like after I did Storyteller Certified with just businesses, she was like, dude, you always on the phone cracking up with your foreigners. And I was like, all right, I have to, because there's so much significance to it. And then when I saw the piece with him, with LeBron and Mav, and he was just talking about how dramatic Nigerians are. And we know how dramatic our people are. And he remembered the first time he told his parents that he wanted to be a singer. The mother was told the dad, come downstairs, come look at the son you've made. Like you have to see the piece. And then he was like, dad was like, what? He was like, I want to be a singer. He was like, what? And then the mother's like, why has God forsaken me? It's like
Oh no.
they're just going in like, like he is the worst child. Fast forward 20 something, like 10, 12 years later. She's on the red carpet shaking hands with Pharrell, the Steve Harvey show. And he pointed it back to her. You remember that time when you said, why God has forsaken me? It was hilarious. Like our parents, but we're going to join down that journey so we could really just talk about how we feel that we might be becoming like our parents.
Hmm.
Jess, is this crooked on my head? Leave it. It's not crooked, right? Okay. All right. We're good. I'm centered.
Yeah, I think you're good.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to do an intro. And then I'm going to do a short part of your bio. And then I'm going to let you really kind of explain more about who you are. And then we're going to dive into some stories.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I got you. Yep. And three, two, one. Welcome to another episode of Istwa. Storytelling comes natural to me because of my Haitian background. In Haiti, storytelling has been long central to fostering communication and teaching, which with each storyteller passing down tales of folklore from one generation to the next is part of our culture to share the journey through our past, present, and future experiences of life. During the pandemic, I launched a passion project called Storyteller Certified, a brand paired with beanies and producing stories of purpose to educate, inspire, and empower lives. In this episode of Istwa and all the episodes of Istwa, we embark on captivating journeys and stories of diverse cultures and guests sharing their personal experiences and growing up in their respective countries. With a focus on education, inspiration, and empowerment, we delve into lifestyles of culture and differences and dynamic situations of generations. Our guests share insightful stories about their upbringings, their identities, and their career paths. Enjoy discussions on parent perceptions regarding their children's careers and expectations, shedding a light on challenges, aspirations faced by young individuals navigating through cultural expectations, right? Today, we are blessed with Daphne Valcin, correct?
Yeah.
Daphne Valcin, which is a good friend of mine, a Sora. Daphne is a keynote speaker, trainer, and executive coach who has facilitated leadership and team development programming over 400 individual clients, over 200 organizational clients across 4 countries. She is the CEO and founder of a boutique consulting firm focused on leadership and team development, who has been featured in Forbes.com. Is this Vogue? No, it's not Vogue. Voyage Magazine,
Mhm.
and recognized as 40 under 40 recipient for her professional work. Daphne's clients include leaders and team members from Fortune 50 and Fortune 500 companies, including UnitedHealthcare, Lockheed Martin, JPMorgan Chase. As 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 a result, as results-driven corporate trainer and consultant, her clients have enhanced their team dynamic, increased productivity, enhanced their personal brand. Haitians sometimes when they're reading, they're trying to catch all their words. I'm going to skip over that word and you'll just say that word. Increase. their annual revenue and moved up multiple levels in seniority. She resides right outside of Atlanta with her husband and two little girls. Daphne, it's been a minute. Welcome to Istwa.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Same here, same here. It's been a while. It's been a while. Um, if I didn't explain your background and who you are and what you do, please, if I left anything out, please let our viewers and people know a little bit about you and what you're currently doing.
Sure. So I will add that my personal mission is to help mission-driven leaders to build a firm foundation. But it's not only for themselves, for the people around them, whether it's their team members, their friends, their family members, their communities, and society as a whole. So people who know me from elementary school will say, Daphne, you still trying to change the world? And I
Right.
say, I am. So I just want to make the world a better place, but through doing it in this way as an entrepreneur and even in the way that I live my life outside of work and the little things that I do. And then I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, two small children, two
Wonderful.
um, that actually I hired in my business, so they work with me as well.
Oh, wow.
Certain things. Yes. But they're my sweetie pies and a big part of my world as well.
Future executives. Like now, what Haitian wouldn't bring in their kids? My kids work with us too. Interesting. My son was doing all the production stuff with us.
Oh,
Um, he's older, and then my daughter, she is like moving up the ranks. She does all the marketing. She helps out with the branding, and she's really, really good. And
what?
she'll probably like hurt me if I tell her this, but since she's been in high school, second year, she's moved into the production department of the stage plays, and like now they're trying to ease her into becoming the assistant stage manager. So
That's amazing.
I always say she's getting it from her mama, but yeah, I'll take a little bit of kudos to that, right?
That is phenomenal. Actually, I think it's my last memory of your son, is seeing him while you were doing a production. Like you had your video camera, you were
Right.
video or something, and he was right there. And I think he was in elementary school at the time, doing that. So yeah, I love the way that you're preparing your kids and just to jump into our Haitian parents, my
Sure.
daddy had me doing welding, sawing, hammering, landscaping in elementary school. So
He wants you to learn it, or did he want you to go into it?
I was doing it in elementary school. We
Right.
had projects at home.
Of
And
course.
so, so even though I was little, I remember carrying bricks, doing stuff with cement. I was doing all kind of stuff.
Oh
And so
yeah.
I've carried that with my kids to be like, I know you're 6 or 8, but you can still do this thing.
Hmm.
And you can do it in excellence as
Isn't it
well.
so interesting how we like, we grow up in our cultural back, we grow up Haitian, and then like all of a sudden we become parents, but we're utilizing a lot of the stuff that our parents did in raising us, and we're doing them with our kids, which is for me has always been like Haitian excellence, right? So it's funny, like just seeing the transition between how our parents are and how we are, and then that just goes into the question, like just how was it growing up in your Haitian household? Like, what values or what things did your parents instill in you that you still see that you're utilizing today?
Sure. So I would say I have very high expectations put on me as a child.
Haitians don't.
Up. So B's were not good enough. And my parents communicated that in different ways. My dad was more stern. My mom would say, "That's okay, Daphne. You can try again, okay? If you get a B, if I got a B, you
Right.
can try again." And then the high expectations piece was my dad did not want to repeat himself. So if he gave instructions, it didn't matter if I was in third grade and he said, Daphne, I need you to put the garbage in the garbage can. Tie the bag with two bags because
Instructions.
in it. Go outside, put the bag right next to the fence, to
Hmm.
the right of this, not here, but here. If I was to say, what did you say? It wouldn't
That
be,
was a problem.
I wouldn't get, yeah, it was a problem. So I had to learn how to try to do stuff and always do it the right way the first time. which is a lot of pressure.
Right.
But I feel like because I try to operate that way for so many years to do things in excellence and also perseverance to do work and to work hard and to not give up, to be outside in Miami sun doing this work outside for like 3, 4 hours, bugs, whatever, to keep going. I see that perseverance and the spirit of excellence in the way that I do things now. I think the difference is I have more grace for myself now. I had to learn to have grace.
Yeah, we're not as the baby boomers.
Yeah, I had to learn the grace part. But before that, I feel like it was responsible, the excellence and the perseverance piece and the high expectations for a lot of the things that I've been able to do over the years, not only for myself, but for other people as well.
Yeah, no, it's interesting that you say that because like I notice I'm like systematic at my house. I was like, if we're going on trips, they're like, oh, Packerman's out. But like I'm being systematic, going through all these rules and this is what we need to do, and this is how we have to do it because you want order. But during the pandemic, I showed my family and I can't remember the name of this Netflix movie, but it was showing the excellence of Haiti, right? So right now, so many people just see Haiti as, they just see the ruins, but no one ever showcased the excellence, the art, everything about our engineers, our doctors, like everything that's amazing about the people and the resilience of how we fought off the French 3 times and beaten the police. No one really touches base on that. But I showed them this piece, and I say all that to say, my daughter literally was just like, she was looking in awe. She saw cotillions, and I'm like, yeah, Haiti has always been the top tier. She has always been level up Haitian. So we live our life like that today, and our parents, they're just instilling us what they learned. So it's not too far fetched from what we're trying to do each and every day. Do you see that a lot of your cultural background has it influenced any perspectives on your life, career choices, or even relationships?
Hmm. Hmm. Those are some good questions.
Ah,
So, when it comes to my life and how I am, so when I first started coaching 10 years ago, I've been in business about a little over 10 years. The coaches that I saw who were the most renowned were white males.
mhm.
And so when I was trying to do my coaching sessions, my discovery sessions, so the first time I talked to a prospective client, I was trying to be more formal in how I was talking to them. What I realized by year 2 was the reason why people were hiring me and kept hiring me again had to do with my personality, which comes quite a bit from my Haitian culture and I would say Miami culture. So they were hiring me
What was
because
that? What was what did they see?
they saw I give a lot of energy. I have a lot of facial expressions.
Mm-hmm.
I am I take people on as my family pretty quickly. So when
Right.
I was growing up, the Haitian kids, I'm from Miami, went to JFK Middle School, Oak Grove Elementary School, and then B High School. I learned Creole at school to share with you how many Haitian people were at
Wow.
school in middle school.
Oh,
So we would be like, oh, you my cousin, you my sister, you my uncle. So we just took each other on as family. So the way that I treat my clients is like their family.
right.
Because it's supposed to be detached involvement, like you're supporting, you are for your client 100%, but you don't cross a line in how you support them, basically. But for me, these are like my sisters and my brothers. The way that I treat my one-on-one clients and all the energy that I give, the animation that comes with being a Haitian person, the way that I might tell stories
That
if I'm
energy.
having a mentorship moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking, I have 2 or 3 speaking engagements per month on average.
Right.
When I speak, I'm bringing the storytelling, the animation, the
I love
energy.
it.
And so I thought that that wasn't good when I first started my business. I'm like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah, but you got to be you.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
learned being my authentic self and bringing in that piece of who I am culturally has influenced who I am. And even with my kids as a mom, I'll randomly put on some music. It might be compa,
that's
it
right.
might be gospel, it might
Mm-hmm.
be thing, but I'll just dance. But growing up, I remember my parents would just put on some compa music or some French music, and then we
Right.
would just dance. So I feel like there's an energy that has been infused into my life
For
and
sure.
my personality coming from what I saw the gum ones, so the older Haitian people, how they were, and in my household. My career choice, to your point, I'm a Kofi. So my parents, let me see, my
I
dad
was about
was,
to ask you about that. What was that conversation like when you were like, "Oh, you're gonna be a life coach"? Like, what is a life coach? Like, how did that even go?
yeah, so
That part.
yeah, that part. I would say it took a few years to warm up. The general thought of my dear parents was that entrepreneurship is not what you do if you're trying to make money. Um,
Exactly.
if you have degrees, I got a bachelor's degree, I got a master's degree,
Uh-huh.
then it may not be the best route for you to go. I'm
Yeah.
saying it using some nice words. It may not be the best route for you to
Mm.
go
How are you
to
going to make money?
yeah. So it was not a super easy conversation. My mom tends to be like 100% I'm behind you in whatever you do. But even my mom was like, Daphne, are you sure? Maybe you can do that for fun or. But now she's like, oh, good, go for it. Go do more. Yes.
Maybe you could do that for fun.
Fun. Yeah, it's more like a hobby. It's more of something to do for fun.
You should have
Uh,
heard my folks. I'm so sorry I'm shuffling around. Give me a second. But when people started finding out that, oh, I work in journalism or I'm a director or whatever it is, they was like, quizás hay. And then one of my uncles was like, oh, he just fait photo. And so I said, fair, we fait photo. And there was a family event. They was like, don't for that being fait photo. And I'm like, yo, B, chill. So what I did one year was, not to cut you off, my mom was like, please help me. So I created this book. I took all the images from behind the scenes, stuff I shot with the National Action Network, the NFL, like everywhere I've shot with President Obama, speaking at the NAN, and all these events. I sent the album to her. It was like a little album, it was like a little book. She received that for Christmas. She went prancing around. The first person she went to was the individual. I said, oh, he just fait photo. And she was like, look at this. And he was like, oh, c'est ma photo seulement il fait. He actually do the journalist work. So
yeah.
all of a sudden, I became Don, the journalist, right? How
Uh-huh.
about that?
Yeah, and I think in the Haitian community, certain things count for way more. So like you said, Obama, I know they was like, oh,
Leave it, leave it. That's it. That's it. He work in the Obama White House.
White House. He said a White House. Yeah, so certain things count for more. I know my undergraduate degree was in public relations, and I was trying to explain it to my family, to different family members.
Right.
And I couldn't explain what PR is. And I was like, business. Oh, that's not business. Okay.
That's
When I
it.
said business, they're like, oh, okay, it's business. That was the easiest way for me to explain it. But when I tried to explain PR, which is also cultural journalism,
Right.
wasn't coming off as well.
I bet. 2 seconds. I just have to plug. Um, we can edit this out, right, Jess? I'm trying to figure out where the outlet is. It's behind back here.
No
Oh,
problem.
I see it. I see it. It'll reach.
No problem.
Perfect. I meant to do that before we started.
That's okay.
Isn't that funny how isn't that funny how so for Christmas, one time, and we were like 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, we received kits. When I opened up mine, it was an orange little box and had doctor kit inside of it. My brother's kit, when he opened up, it had dentistry. And then for some reason, my youngest brother, I guess they couldn't figure it out yet. He had a toy police car. They was like, dude, basically, subliminally, they were just like, hey, this is your career. I am not a doctor. Okay. They've been pushing me the past couple of years towards being a pastor. Yeah, a
Wow.
pastor or politics. I've gotten both of them. You should run for a councilman and probably senator. And other time there was a super cafesa, just I know you open up your church. And I'm like, I may be Reverend Ike with my fraternity, which was my line name, but Don is on the pastoral level. So
That's
yeah,
deep. I've
I
also
know.
been in politics too.
YouTube been pushed to politics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not surprised. Not surprised. Kids and food. How has it been? So let me ask you this question. I recently figured out how to make soup joumou. Past
Ooh.
5 years, yeah, I can make soup joumou. Have you correlated Haitian food into your household with your kids?
I have. So I haven't made them.
And how has their acceptance been of it?
They are accepting. So what happened was when basically because of my mom, especially the first like spinach with beef, basically with sospoa and rice, they had from my mom.
Mhm.
Um, the first of a number of things, legume, they had from my mom, the first, the soup jumu. So my oldest was saying, "Can we go to grandma's house for New Year so grandma can make soup jumu?"
Oh,
Yes. So I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds good. And then when my food is good, they say it tastes like grandma's. They're like, oh, it's good. It tastes like
so
grandma's.
did
It's
they
good.
always eat Haitian food, or did you have to transition them?
Nah, they do. And then what they also do, because I'm trying to eat very healthy and have the family exposed to a lot of healthy foods, my
Mhm.
kids mix. So they're like, Mommy, we love your quinoa and sauce. It's the best."
Quinoa and salsa.
So if they go to my family in New
Oh,
York,
Haitian that.
y'all have quinoa and sauce? They're gonna be like, what?
Bruh.
Or we quinoa and lentils with like Haitian chicken. I make the chicken Haitian
Yeah,
style, but their perception of what eating Haitian food is like we eat zaboka, we have
yeah.
avocado all the time.
Right, right.
Um, their perception is gonna be a little different than when they go.
You should have seen. So we stopped eating meat. We eat fish, right? So the first time I came back to Florida and tell my mom to make legume without meat or soup joumou without meat, it was a whole spectacle. The second year we came back, it was like, oh, diplomat ya vini Maryland. Ya vini okone moun sa yo pa man se viande. I was like, yo, why is this like a huge conversation about why we don't eat meat? And then I remember one time we came and they was like, gotta figure don't fouet à madame. You semblez you're pas healthy. You're pas manger viande. I'm like,
Mhm.
bro, like it's okay. So now everyone's slowly been transitioning away from meat. They're hearing all the health stories. So that whole subject is like now everyone's health conscious, right? All of a sudden. But no, earlier when I was asking you about the whole food transition, we grew up eating Haitian food, like plain and simple. So I remember the first time, and this sounds crazy, but the first time we had, and you have any stories like this? Like the first time we had pancake day at Catholic school. So I'm sitting there, the pancakes are stacked. I don't know what it is. I just see like this stacked bread looking thing. So I grab my two, put it on my plate, and I just start eating it. It's dry as hell. And I remember Amber was like, "You don't put syrup on your pancakes?" And I was like, "Nah." I saw the whole table, lunch table look over there. It was like, he ain't never eaten no pancakes before. Somebody's like, he Haitian. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, it wasn't cool to be Haitian then. But did your kids or did you have any transitions like that with food?
Me, so it was high school is when I
Oh,
started bring other stuff people ate. So I was on a band field trip and they had
mm-hmm,
grits. Oh, what's this? What's grits? And
mm-hmm.
my mentor, who's African American,
Right,
was like, girl, you don't eat no grits. And I was like, no,
right.
what you eat it with? And she was like, you eat them with this, with that, with this. And I'm like, well, let me taste them. So I remember that. I remember a friend who had gravy in a jar. And I was like, wait, what? And it was like,
What?
this is the gravy we eat. Y'all don't eat gravy like that? And I'm like, no. Because Haitian people, we make our gravy from scratch, basically.
That's
You
right.
know,
Yeah. I had some last night. Sauce pois.
I didn't know that. And then in college, pork chops, I didn't know what those were. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, what's chops?
Right.
Black eyed peas.
Yeah.
One of my
All that.
friends was like, I'm gonna cook for y'all because y'all don't know about these things. I didn't know macaroni and cheese. I just had school lunch macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the Oprah show, and she was like, I like to put multiple cheeses in my macaroni and cheese. My friend, Asian American friend from college, used to do the cheddar, the one where you just put the box and then the
Right,
cheddar.
right, right.
It. So yeah, I didn't know about all those kinds of foods. It was strictly Haitian food in our house for our meals, like every single meal. Even brown rice. Our
Right.
church is majority African American church
Yeah.
had a fast, and he was like, "Yeah, you got to eat brown rice," and I'm like, "Brown rice."
Brown.
But
Hmm.
now all my
It's
kids
not
eat
Ziggy and John John. Like,
brown rice.
okay.
And then I tasted it and I was like, ooh.
Not
Um,
good.
so yeah, now that's all my kids know. We don't have white rice and
Right.
not regular white rice, but we have madagugu
Right.
um rice growing up and some other rices that we had
Yeah.
back in the
Our kids are they're thoroughly embraced with like Haitian food because of course they went to grandma's house growing up. So, but they haven't really had that trend because they've been growing up in the society now, right? So they've had pancakes, they've had the other foods, but when their friends come over, oh, you should see my daughter now. My son, he's like on a whole nother level. Like when I was in school, my daughter brings her friend. She was like, "Yeah, you gotta try some pate. Okay, you gotta try the cod pate and the herring." But so she be educating her friends. She got Daphne. She had three of her friends, her parents drive them over to get a bowl of sushi in
what?
JF for the New Year. Yes,
Well,
that's how
how
she 15 now. That's how she has embraced her culture. So they're a little different than us. And she got her friends. They're on deck now. They're like, Mr. Napoleon, you cooking that soup shamu? And I was like, yeah, we gonna have some soup shamu. Ain't got no meat in it, but we cooking soup shamu. Yes.
I asked my mom a few years ago, Mommy, can I make legume without the meat? And she was
Oh
like,
my
oh,
God. Yeah.
I'm not gonna have any
It's a
taste.
crime. It's a crime.
And I was like, I wonder if I can do that to decrease the meat intake. But
You know,
she hadn't heard anything like that before.
but yeah, they haven't. They act like this such an against. But now, yesterday is a Haitian restaurant here in Maryland. They have veggie legume. So
There's
people are getting hip. Yeah, they're getting hip. Let me ask you a
more.
question. So, do your kids embrasser? Did you do you make do they understand that culture part of embracing or was there any issues with like dress code or anything like that?
Oh, so like kissing people when they see them?
No, so more like highlighting like so when we look at our parents, right? This question is like kind of like dissecting the intergenerational gaps between you and your parents and grandparents. We have all these rules
Uh-huh.
that we call them as Haitians, like how you need to be around adults and how you shouldn't be. Do you have that kind of transition with your kids, or you growing up? Was it like that for you?
Me growing up,
Hmm.
very stern in how we
Yes.
were around adults. What I remember is mostly being quiet for the
Hmm.
first 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. I was telling my
That's
kids,
right.
I was like, we used to have to go to the
Oh,
house.
God, don't make no noise.
Your parents are talking and all
Right.
that. You wait until
Yeah.
they say, because they
Right.
may tell you to go play.
Right.
But I'd say, if you want, you can go to the room. But the way
Mm.
I was is you sat there and you didn't have a phone. I told them, you don't have a phone, you don't have a laptop, you don't have a book. They don't
Right.
say, bring you something you can color while I'm talking. You sat there and you listened while
Yeah.
the people
Look how
talk.
you're looking.
Yeah, that's it. For
But
like,
but you know what's funny? That's that. This is such a learning experience. That was Istwa. Like you were sitting there, and that's how we understood like our family stories and all the things around it. That's how we knew.
my imitations, that's where my imitations come from.
Yes, exactly.
So
This is a circle moment back around how you operate in your business, who you are, and what you do, and how you operate business. My mom, she just be like, "Look, your father was a straight businessman, but please." Pa fe sal kon fe al dormi amoun. I'm like, bruh, what? Are you serious right now? That was her key word to me. You can
yeah,
be business like him and pa fe tout ba sal kon fe yo. In a good sense. In a good sense.
yeah.
So just full circle moment just around, when you look at your business, when you look at where your business is going, do you do you what's the word that I'm looking for? Do you like when people start doing business with you, do they know that Daphne Delphine is Haitian? Do they know those values? Do they do because for me, it's on my resume, it's on my bio. How is it with you and your business?
Yeah, good question. So I feel like in my bio, there
Mhm.
is uh the bio that's on my website, it does talk about me being a child of Haitian immigrants.
Right.
Um, and I think it's a really big part of who I am. because I think it helps people to see their own story in mind, whether they weren't the child of immigrants, but they know what it's like to navigate a different space or to feel like maybe they don't belong, or
Right.
they are the child of immigrants, or maybe they know that I have an interesting perspective. I bring a different kind of perspective
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of the different things that I deal with. Plus, I got Haitian names. I got a first name that's Haitian. We have 5 Daphnes at my high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a last name that's Haitian. But I feel like one of my last speaking engagements, I said that I am Haitian American.
Mm-hmm.
I talked a little bit about that. I used to tell the story of my mom at
Right.
most speaking engagements and how she came to America, didn't speak English, got her GED, got her associate's degree, became a nurse, got her bachelor's degree at 40, became a nurse. When I talk about perseverance and resilience. So I do think it's a really big part of who I am. And I try to also not only have that impact my business, but it impacts how I teach my kids
Right.
about who we are. Because you talked about how your daughter is like, y'all get the sujumu
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's important to me that my kids hear from me who um who Haitian people are.
Right.
Haiti is. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna watch a video about Haiti.
That's
What were
right.
the facts about Haiti? What did they say about Haiti's mountains? Okay, great, awesome. So my kids, no matter what they hear, other stuff, they're like, oh yeah, Haiti is this, Haiti is that. We saw beautiful pictures of beaches or whatever it is.
Mm. Have you been to Haiti with them?
So I've only been to Haiti once,
Mm-hmm.
um, on a
It's
cruise.
okay. Me too. I've been there once or twice.
Now my friends though was going every summer, but my
Right.
mom was like, no, not yet, not yet, not yet. Then she was like, oh, I don't
Para
know.
Haiti, no? Para Haiti, no?
Yeah, so that's that. But so no, I haven't been there. Bobby, my husband, has been there a few times,
Right.
but for me, I want them to still have a very positive
For
perspective
sure.
of
Yeah.
the
And they
country. Stay to it with the how they are with adults. So my kids, I'm trying to teach them, I'm trying to balance the like strict upbringing with some with freedom as well. So what I'm teaching them is when you go into an adult's house, you have a conversation with them before you
Mhm.
go to the house of kids. Hi, how are you doing? How's your day? How was work? How's all? So they're like, hi, how are you? How are you doing? How's
That's how it
work?
is with my uncles and aunts. You better. I train them how to talk to them. Yep.
They go in their house. Don't be running past them.
Hmm.
But there's a certain level of respect. Even when they were doing as part of their job in my business, I had them doing customer service. I was talking to teens, and I'm like, we need to make sure that everybody feels welcome. We don't know what
Right.
they went through this morning, so we need to say hello. How are you doing? Welcome. Hi.
That's
Hello.
right.
So I am teaching them
See,
the way
right.
that you respect older people and don't talk to them. Don't not London is one of our friends. Not London, Miss London, Miss Lisa, Mr. Mike, which is not the norm, I think, just in American society in general, but they have to do that.
And people would notice that. You know what I mean? Like with your career and the things that you're doing to help adults shape their life in your career, it's a perfect transition from you from parent to your kids as well. So you're doing it in work-life balance, all the areas you want to. So let's any takeaways. So and no, before we say takeaways, what's next for Daphne? Uh, well, I messed up your last name. Can you know the last name, Mocha? Del Val, and I'm putting a D in front of it. What's next for the business?
So for me, that's a good question. I have a tendency to always think about what's next, and you'll notice I have a lot of credentials and certifications because of that. But for this part of in this season of my life, my goal is to expand the impact when it comes to the work that I do now. So I have 17
Mhm.
one-on-one coaching clients right now. I have who are doing leadership development. And they're with them, they may work for a corporation and they're trying to develop their skills. They may be a business owner, and some of the people I've worked with have became six-figure businesses while we were working together, or went from six-figure to multiple six figures. Or those leaders have been able to get promoted or whatever it is that they were seeking, or just do a really great job in their work. And then I also just closed a contract that has 10 workshops and trainings
Mhm.
and 13 additional clients
Love it.
uh, that I'll be coaching, or that not I, my team and I have 6 coaches that I have brought on as contractors, and they will be coaching in addition to me, and I'll be facilitating those workshops around culture. So
Beautiful.
basically, more of that. So more, I'll be seeking out and really supporting and impacting when it comes to contracts where I'm going into organizations and doing deeper work as it relates to their culture of connection,
Mhm.
communication, and conflict.
And you've
Um,
always done this, right?
so I first started doing the one-on-one coaching around 10 years ago. And then I think maybe 3 years in, I picked up on doing the speaking engagements.
Mhm.
That was 2019 was when I had my first set of, you have to get 20 paid speaking engagements to get National Speakers Association
Nice.
membership.
Nice. Okay.
I super expanded. So I had like 30 speaking engagements that year and been having like over 30
Awesome.
per year ever since.
I love
And
it.
then I would say the past like 2 years, I've been doing more multi-session when it comes to culture, communication, conflict, difficult conversations,
Right.
emotional intelligence, things like that. So it's basically progressed and grown over time. I will say, bringing back my Haitian parents into this, my father, with his stern approach to different things, I say it that way, I think is why I can go into these organizations and sometimes
Yeah.
have tough conversations,
That
even though
resilience.
I have all this light. My mom is more like, woo, she's that. But I can go in and be able to connect with different kinds of people because I was able to understand and
Right.
experience, understand the intention behind certain approaches too. So that's awesome. But so the goal is go in, expand what I've already been doing, and do it with this team that I've recruited as well.
That's so dope. Just changing lives. It's funny that you say that because I remember during the pandemic where we were only just providing just basic production. We were doing marketing videos. We were doing everything that somebody needed to produce. We were producing that, right? And then literally around the pandemic, we just transitioned over to it became more our projects started coming in like humanity based. How are we changing lives? How are we basically helping businesses to showcase how they're changing lives? So everything that we were getting in was about storytelling and changing lives and humanity. So years ago, probably like close to 14 or 15 years ago, is when we launched Exposure. And Exposure Media Project was for when we went back to speak at our alma maters, my wife and I. Then we noticed we weren't doing enough. So we chartered a bus and started bringing students to different media outlets. And for us, that was like our community give back. But it wasn't just a community give back. It was part of our service because we love doing it. We love seeing the next generation of young adults come up in our business in our field and what they're doing. So I just want to tell you I enjoyed the conversation with you. I enjoy seeing where you are right now in your career. I enjoy seeing how you're like building and you're changing. I also enjoy seeing how you're utilizing your culture, your background, your family, and really helping to assimilate, not in just with business, but with your family as well. So, any takeaways that you would want folks, or humanity, or people, or just the community that they should know about you and how you're serving the community?
Sure. I think I just want to, there's something I want to share,
Mhm.
especially if people are listening in there and they're of Haitian descent. Um, or those who, are just connecting to culture in general. So
Sure.
in grad school, I got my master's of secondary education. It's my undergraduate degrees in public relations, master's is in education.
Mhm.
And we were researching or for urban education, different cultures, their norms, stereotypes, research, for a number of different cultures. And we got to read an article about Haitian students. And this was about Haitian children in schools in Boston and research that was done on their behavior.
Mm.
What the article said was that for some reason, the children of Haitian people who came to this country at like, I guess, an increased level, no matter if their parents had blue collar jobs, were becoming doctors, lawyers, managers, nurses, and they didn't know why. according to what this research. The other thing they saw in no matter what their parents were doing. And the other thing the research found was that with the Haitian kids, with their behavior, someone coming in from outside culture trying to get the kids to behave, if it may not have been effective in certain ways, the way that it was always effective is if they said, the way that you're acting right now is not honoring your parents.
Wow.
To behave so that you can honor your parents. And I feel like for many of us, the same way you sent your mom the album, the same way my mama knows, she knows when I get a big contract, mommy, guess what happened?
Right.
What happened? What happened? So this organization that I got a big contract.
You
Oh,
can
that's
fly me out there. I got a hotel and check.
so good. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something special there in the way that we're approaching our lives and maybe even what we're instilling in our children
Mhm.
that what's captured in that research,
Sure.
that we're flourishing, that we're persevering, that we're pursuing higher, and that there's something about honoring our parents, no matter what our relationship was with them,
Mhm.
um, honoring them in the process. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And that's what I hope to continue to do is to honor not just my family, but like the culture and honor the culture I've been brought into American society as a whole to just really continue to shift and change communities around me.
Thank you for saying that. And one thing, one last note is that what I enjoyed was that the other thing I enjoyed is that you listened. You listened to that voice and you listened to your purpose. And I can see it in your face. You're truly enjoying. It's not just work, it's also service. And you're enjoying and you have it both merged in the two. And a lot of people find difficulty getting to that point in their life where they're trying to figure out what they're, and guess what? The purpose has been sitting there. It's right there. It says it to them every morning, every night before they go to sleep. Purpose, purpose, purpose. So, how can anyone find you? How can anyone locate you? What's the best way somebody can utilize your services?
Sure, they can find me on LinkedIn with my name, Daphne Valcin. My website is valcinstrategicsolutions.com as well. And then if anyone is looking for leadership development for themselves, so one-on-one coaching for myself or my team, that is a possibility, as well as team development. So one time or ongoing support for teams, whether it's team building or professional development is also something that we provide, and we love doing it. So,
Awesome.
that's how they can contact me and how they can utilize me.
We'll have the information also on the site as well. Thank you for spending time. Thank you for employing just all the information about who you are and what you do. Thank you for serving the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta so thoroughly as you are doing. You know, that Cooper Coleman love, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it. It's just good seeing you. We'll figure out a time to catch up again. God bless you. Thank you to the team here at DC Radio, Jess, Shane, Merrick, thank you all so much for what y'all do each and every day. And we look forward to getting this episode or or five or one of them, but one of our key episodes out on Istwa. Thank you so much, Daphne.
Thank you. Bye.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I had so much more. We could have